Are you afraid of the dark? Because I'm about to take you into one of the spookiest places known to man, an abandoned barn. In our last video, we got some pretty convincing evidence that goats can fly. So this time, we're gonna try and prove that goats can also be ghost busters. We got ourselves a legend right here. Now, locals say this barn is haunted by the ghosts of an old farmer and his wife, who tragically died in a fire 40 years ago. Every night, their ghosts roam these dusty aisles, searching for their long-lost son. Well, every Halloween, that is. To show these spirits we are friendly, we brought them a basket of apples. But it was no use. The ghosts were too scared to come out. Or maybe there weren't any ghosts at all. We didn't actually see any, which means it must be up to us to find out. The only way to discover what secrets this barn is hiding is to send in our star, Sir Butterscotch, a brave knight who isn't afraid of the dark. To help him on his quest, we mounted a tiny, safe, and very high-tech goat cam onto his back. This way, we could follow him everywhere without being seen. Now, I know it looks like a ton of fun to be strapped to a wall with a bunch of flashing lights, but let me tell you, this was the scariest setup ever. All around us were spooky props like flickering lights, old abandoned hay bales, and those two really creaky doors. Plus, I made a big bet with the crew. If the goat found any paranormal activity, I would have to sleep in the barn overnight. I was not looking forward to that. So, without further ado, let the hunt begin. I followed Sir Butterscotch down a dark hallway. There was nothing behind door no. 1. So we moved on to now dot 2. As he walked past, a gust of wind slammed the door shut, making both of us jump. That was one of the scariest things that happened all day. In all seriousness, though, it was getting kind of creepy. And then we heard something. Was that a whisper? I don't know, but it sounded like someone saying, "Hey, leave me alone." Then all of a sudden, Sir Butterscotch stopped dead in his tracks and started staring into the darkness for a solid 30 seconds. What had he found? Was it a ghost? Had the spirit finally been set free? It was hard to tell through the shaky cam, but he seemed pretty frightened. Whatever he saw in that corner probably wasn't a friendly face. And then he took off running, which made me laugh because he literally knocked over a bucket of water. He ran all the way back to the beginning of the trail, where we first strapped the GoPro onto his back. I don't think he wanted to be in this barn anymore. As he looked around to see what all the commotion was, he accidentally headbutted another bucket, sending water and hay flying. I think he was trying to scare us, honestly. Turns out all the jump scares you've seen so far haven't been ghosts at all. Just our little goat knocking stuff over. I swear sometimes he has a death wish. Like, look how close that fan is to his horns. He could seriously hurt himself, but it was too late to stop him now. He headbutted the fan, but instead of breaking it, he broke the wooden board that was holding up a shelf. And then that shelf fell on top of another shelf, which fell on top of another shelf, and before we knew it, the entire thing came crashing down, showering the room with hay and grain. He didn't seem too worried about all the commotion he caused. In fact, he looked like he was having the time of his life. He was so distracted with his own goat games, he didn't even realize we took the GoPro off his back. When we watched the footage later, we couldn't help but laugh at all the mess he made. Honestly, between all the loud noises and the disarray, I was surprised he didn't run away. As we reviewed the rest of the footage, though, we couldn't help but wonder, was there really nothing in this barn? I mean, we never saw any ghosts, but that doesn't mean they weren't there. Then, hold on. What was that? There was something moving in the shadows. At first we thought it was just our imagination, but Then we slowed it down, and sure enough, there was something dark darting around on the floor. Now, if you ask me, it was probably just a chicken. But Jacob insists it was a ghost. Maybe there is a part 2 in our future. The only other thing that could be haunting this barn is the smell. Oh, my gosh, this place stinks. I can't believe I have to sleep in here tonight. Well, I guess it's time to get to work. The whole crew was out today filming. So we figured we'd bring the party back to the studio tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Everyone, make sure to subscribe for more videos of Goat Mayhem. You guys are the best. And don't miss Goat vs. Leaf Blower next week. Who will win?